When you think of the word elegance, what comes to mind? Some people might think of words like style, flair, grace. What is it that sets someone apart as being elegant? In the most basic definition of the word, elegance is about being simple and consistent. Elegance is less about your appearance, less about your wardrobe, and more about state of mind. And if that's true, then it's also true that elegance can be found in anyone of every background, of any economic level and status, no matter where they are. Because essentially, elegance is not something that you can buy. Elegance cannot be bought with money. When you're elegant, you have a distinct personality about you, a distinct demeanor about you that sets you apart. It's not your material possessions. So let's talk through a few behavioral traits and tenets of being elegant so that you can incorporate these into your own life. Now, why don't you take the time to reflect on your life? Think about, how do you spend the greater portion of your time? How do you spend your day? An important behavior trait that elegant people have is that they do not waste time. Wasting time is a waste of your potential. Right off the bat, I can think of one way that many people waste their time in this day and age: by scrolling through social media and judging how others are living their lives. And yet, most of us, or many of us, do this on a regular basis. Some people might even further waste their time by being envious of what other people have that they don't themselves have, or even spending an unlimited amount of time mindlessly watching television. Why would it ever make sense to spend time looking at something that you don't really care about in the long run? Instead of wasting valuable time watching television or being judgmental and envious on social media, why not redivert your time towards yourself? Why not use that time to improve your skills, achieve some goals, maybe read some books and train yourself in a new language? Here's a test to gauge whether or not something is actually wasting your time or not. In case you weren't already aware, you should stop and ask yourself, is this activity helping me to improve myself? If the answer to that question is no, you should try and see about pivoting what you're doing and the activities that you're engaged in such a way that they will better suit you, and in such a way that'll make it easy for you to say, yes, this activity is improving me or improving my life in some way. Another behavioral trait that elegant people have is that they mind their own business. Yes, it's true. An elegant person doesn't really worry about what everyone else around them is doing. That's because elegant people are already focused on their own life and what they can be doing to make improvements where they can. I mean, think for a moment about what are some of the reasons why you would be enticed to watch and observe the lives of others anyway. Next on the list is worrying less. Elegant people have the ability to worry less. I know it's easier said than done, but worrying is a waste of time because you are diverting energy towards something that you can't really change. Focus on those elements that you can change and make adjustments where it's needed. Pay attention so that you can make adjustments where it's needed. Yes, of course, life throws curveballs at us. And of course, life gives us situations where we might stress more or worry more. And when those types of circumstances arise, it's important that you know enough to give yourself some grace and understanding. Focus on the things that are good. Focus on the things that you have an element of control over. Release the urge to control other people's lives. While we certainly want to be able to help those who are in need of it, we also need to recognize that if somebody wants something, then they'll make the change. But until they do really want something, then change is not really on the horizon. People will change their behavior when they want to change their behavior. So instead of focusing on trying to control or change behavior, why don't you instead focus on how you will choose to accept or not accept the exhibited behavior? This could be in the form of setting boundaries around yourself, or only choosing to surround yourself with people who inspire you and bring good to your life, rather than people who take away from your life. Next on the list is stop living in the past. It's hard enough to live through a past mistake or lost opportunity, but it's even worse if we continuously relive those past moments and continuously relive those mistakes and pains. If it was in the past, at that point, there's not really too much that you can do to change what has already taken place. Besides, an elegant person doesn't really use who they were in the past to define who they will be in the future. Nor does past behavior necessarily define what future potential will look like. I'm sure there's wisdom to be gleaned from past mistakes, and you can certainly use past mistakes as a precedent to avoid future mistakes. But the point is, you just don't want to dwell in that area. You should instead choose to look towards the future, look towards the potential to be had. And this can be on the professional level and even in the personal level. Next up on our list, flaunting. You've heard it said, if you got it, flaunt it. But actually, flaunting is not elegant. Even the most famous of fashion designers would agree that elegance isn't about what you wear. Elegance isn't even about how much money you have. Like we talked about at the start of the video, elegance isn't about what you have. Elegance is not about material possessions. And if those things are true, then someone who is elegant never has a need to flaunt any material possessions to begin with. Remember, you can be wealthy and have elegance. You can also be poor and have elegance. Designer labels and cars don't tell people who you are. They just don't define you, but they do show people what you have. Now on the list, simplicity. Simplicity is key. You don't have to do it all. You just do more with less. You set boundaries. You say no to those things that are a waste of your time. Someone who is elegant is thoughtful, respectful, and they probably go above and beyond even in just their day-to-day routine. So naturally, a person like this would exude an elevated sense of taste. Elegance is more a statement. Elegance is an attitude. Elegance is also about being polished. Elegance is confidence, and elegance is character.